And we're on. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Real Cinema Talk podcast. I'm Saul.
I'm Alan.
And today we're going to be discussing Thunderbolts. And you can see I have my red drink here in honor of Red Guardian.
There you go.
Which was honestly one of the funnest characters for me in the movie. Just a good time with him, all the scenes that he had. I think David Harbour had a lot of fun with that movie.
I think he did too.
Let me just pull up my cast list.
I think he had some of the emotional parts as well.
Yeah, he did really good.
There's that one scene for sure.
Oh,
when he's
with
talking
him
to
and
Yelena?
Yeah. There we go. Yep. Okay, so first thoughts.
You want to start off? Or you want me to start off?
I really liked the message it had about mental illness. I thought that was close to heart for me, personally. And it felt like Bob did a good job at like showing it. You know, both in the scenes of Inside of the Void and outside of it, I would say.
Yeah, just all the depression, the loneliness, the feeling of like you're always at fault.
Yeah.
Kind of moments.
Yeah.
Just
I felt that big time. I was like, damn.
It's very depressing. And which is why I really love the film, because of that. A lot of the MCU films don't really go into deep thoughts like that.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of layers or foundation on the message they're trying to bring.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can't expect it from every MCU movie because, you know, some are there just to keep the progression of the story, the bigger picture going. You know, you can't always expect all of them to be nonstop hitters of, you know, this deep message.
Yeah.
So I get it, but the ones that do, like, they make an impression on you.
Red Guardian, David Harbour.
Yeah.
That's really good. He has all the comedic moments. I think all of them hit.
I do like that they only have one comedic relief character. I like that it's not just like it's not all of them, or not like blatantly obvious that here I'm the comedic relief character. You know, like they diss each other here and there, but it's funny, but it's casual funny. It's not like obnoxious funny.
It flows. It's not forced.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there are a lot of movies where
they're
it's
just like
very
trash talking. You know.
Yeah.
So it felt genuine to me that it was just the one character, and I like that.
Yeah. And then Yelena, I think for me, she's the main character of the movie.
Yeah, me too.
And Florence Pugh just does fantastic.
I'm a huge fan of her work ever since Midsommar.
Was that her first movie?
That was the first movie I saw her in.
I think that's for me too.
Like, that was such a heavy role.
Yeah.
You know, all the emotional crying and like the way she brought it out was like, damn, like I feel so bad for this character, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is another good movie in her slot of, you know, movies. And I'm excited to see what Yelena's going to bring on Doomsday. Because, you know, she's going to be in there for sure, given the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that at the end after the spoilers.
Yeah. She does really well. I think she's going to be the new, like, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
I think
the
that's
new
what
Black
they intended.
Widow. Yeah.
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 They were intending to do that.
And I think I kind of even like her more than Scarlett Johansson's character, to be honest.
Okay.
I feel like there's more background to her. Even though Black Widow has a whole movie for her, I still like Yelena.
I feel like that movie would have been better before she died.
Yeah.
Like it
didn't make sense to release that movie after Endgame.
It really didn't. It's
just kind of like a filler movie, you know? It just felt like a cash grab.
Yeah.
There was no... Yeah.
But I mean, it did bring in Yelena to the MCU as well.
So we got to thank them.
Yeah.
For that.
I brought her and Red Guardian.
Red Guardian, yeah.
Score, I think it was good. A lot of people were saying it was insane, and I didn't get that myself, honest. Like, I heard specific moments were cool, but I don't think it was like as phenomenal as people were making it seem.
It's not it didn't hit me like crazy.
Just in the heavy moments, I think it made its use, and in the credits, I got to hear more of like the main theme of the Thunderbolts slash New Avengers.
Yeah.
And like it was only in those moments that it shined, but I don't know if it was making its presence throughout the whole movie for me.
Yeah, it's kind of now. I don't want to say forgettable, but it's kind of like in the background,
I think it's partially forgettable.
Yeah, I could see it.
Like it's more generic on some moments.
Yeah.
Nothing too fancy.
I think where it kind of shined for me. Well, I don't want to get into spoiler talk, but there was a moment with Bob's character, and it was like an intense scene,
Right.
and things happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got goosebumps.
Oh, I know which scene you're talking about.
When they're outside, basically outside the what.
Yeah, I know which one. Okay, so we already discussed score, characters, story. Do you think we covered story enough, or do you want to dive more into that?
I think we should dive more into the story.
Okay. Story, I think progression was good. Pacing was not bad. Like, I didn't think it was slowing down at any moment.
No.
Or not in a, like, oh, I'm bored. You
Yeah.
know? Like, when it's the next thing going to happen. I didn't feel that at all throughout this movie. So, hands off to them. They did a really good job with that.
It's a very entertaining movie.
Yeah. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Okay.
She did really good. I mean, she's been doing good. Like, she's been showing this, cocky, snarky attitude throughout her presence in the MCU and the shows and all that.
Yeah.
And I think it was just a little more of that in this one, too. Just when, she's pitted into a corner.
Yeah.
She's pulling out the big guns and trying to get stuff done, cutting loose ends, and just, trying to keep herself alive.
Exactly.
And it was...
Trying to make herself look good.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I like the attitude she brought into the character too.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah. She's a very hateable character.
Oh,
very
for
annoying.
Sure.
It's like, oh, she's gonna get her way again.
She's quick. She's quick. That's what's annoying.
She's smart.
She's smart. Yeah. She's got that edge of like, thinking in the moment, trying to save herself.
Yeah.
And that's what's annoying about her because she's good.
Yeah. And I think the main highlight is the Bob character, which his name was Lewis Pullman.
Sentry.
Yeah. So I think...
I want to discuss comics-wise.
Comics-wise? I don't know much about Sentry's character. So
I know
leave that to you.
some stuff.
Okay, go for it.
I think they did a really good job on Sentry's bipolar / multiple personality disorder going on into this. Just having the Void trying to belittle Bob the whole time. I know I'm going into spoiler territory here, but I feel like at this point,
It's been out for like a week or two. It's been like 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Sentry's constant clash with the Void in those scenes was really well executed. And I saw what they were initially going to do with Sentry in this movie. That used the actual origin of the comics, but they couldn't because of Spider-Man No Way Home. Because fun fact, No Way Home's ending is Sentry's ending too.
Really?
He asks Doctor Strange and Mr. Fantastic for the entire universe and for himself to forget that he's Sentry.
Oh, wow.
Because the Void was so dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, if the Void ever takes over, it's really dangerous and really powerful. And Sentry is extremely OP. I don't know if you guys know, but he's pretty much like the Superman of of Marvel comics.
That fight scene when they're fighting, that's another thing, too, where I was like, he's a little too overpowered for these characters, these main characters, the group, the Thunderbolts.
And the crazy part is he was holding back, dude.
And he was holding back. He could have killed them.
Yeah.
Easily.
He could have just...
And he even says it. He's like, they're not a threat to me.
Yeah.
Why would I kill them? Like, they won't even touch me.
Like, dude, him and Thor? Whoo,
yeah, that'd be
that's
good.
a good fight.
Yeah.
But I think Sentry could take everyone in the MCU right now. Because that boy can control molecular level matter. He's pretty much like Jean Grey.
Really?
Yeah, he's very OP.
Because I was thinking him and Adam Warlock would be pretty good.
Yeah, that's true.
A pretty good fight.
Mm-hmm. I think Sentry would win.
Yeah, still?
MCU-wise, yeah. Yeah, like Sentry...
He's just like the Superman, basically.
He's literally Superman, dude.
Yeah.
He's got everything. He can control molecular level matter. He can telekinesis, fly, like, he's got everything.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So he's going to be pretty useful in Doomsday.
Oh, I'm just worried that well, it's a spoiler talk actually, potential
Spoiler talk for Doomsday.
For Doomsday, it's potential. Yeah.
It's just a theory.
Yeah, it's just a theory.
We won't know until.
I'm worried that they're just going to use him as a. Because in the comics, Doctor Doom is able to use Sentry as a generator per se for energy.
Yeah.
And I'm worried that they just brought him in and they're just going to use him for like Doctor Doom to take advantage of him and just make him useless.
It's possible.
That's the only thing I'm worried about because I would want to see Sentry, going 100%
all out,
trying, because I know Doctor Doom and Sentry would be a good fight because Doctor Doom is insanely OP and is very intelligent and he knows how to use magic well, so that would be a really cool fight.
I actually think they're gonna use the Void against Doctor Doom. They're gonna have him turn into the Void.
Ooh, that would be cool.
To try to do something,
Doctor Doom, if anything, would mess with the Void's mind.
Maybe
whenever he goes inside the mind zone, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the Void.
The Void, yeah.
That would be interesting to see.
Yeah. And I really like that. I thought it was going to be like, it was killing people.
Oh, I know, yeah. I thought that, from the trailers, I thought that too.
Because he was just kind of like making them disappear. I was like, oh, especially with the little kid.
Yeah, that, I was like, oh.
Yeah. I started laughing. I was like, they really did that? There's no way.
I was like, damn, bro, that's crazy.
That was pretty
wild.
funny. I thought it was funny. I don't know. That's the crazy in me, but
actually, this brings it to a good section. I would say that scene before when they're all saving the citizens.
That was really good.
That felt like comics heroes.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and
it
teamwork.
just felt like, genuine heroes saving people for once.
Yeah.
And not just like,
not caring
MCU
about themselves.
Stuff. Yeah.
Basically.
It felt like a classic superhero type of moment, And I appreciated that. It was really cool. And I think the score was a highlight on that part too.
Yeah.
That was really sick.
I've been seeing things online where they're saying that Yelena was basically, when she's walking into the void, into the darkness.
Yeah.
No one really knew what was going to happen when you walked into there.
Right.
And so a lot of people are saying that she basically killed herself.
She was willing to.
She was willing to kill herself.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Basically.
Damn.
And I was like, oh shit, like that's crazy. That's crazy to think. Yeah, I guess.
That's true. But I mean, at that point, she was so down on herself and just having some issues in her.
Because if you look at like how I said before, like they just have guns, they just fight,
Yeah.
And they're going up against this force that like there's no way that they'll be able to beat them.
No way.
No way.
I was like, bro, if I walk in and they beat him some way, I'm gonna be pissed. I was like, literally, Sentry's like the one person that almost nobody can beat.
It could have gone super bad.
Yeah, but they did it really well.
And I like the way that he faced his darkness.
Yes.
Basically, the void.
Yeah. I had a feeling that was the only way they were going to be able to manage this.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they went that route.
He needed to defeat his demons, basically.
Yeah.
Sorry if I say basically a lot. I've just caught myself right now. I was like, all right.
I say and like a lot. I'm trying not to, but
yeah.
I don't know if I've done a good effort in this episode or not.
Yeah. The way they killed that ghost character, not ghost, Taskmaster.
That was cold, man.
Yeah.
That was cold towards the actress. What's her name? Let's find out.
I think she's the one from The Mummy.
Olga Kurilenko.
Oh, that's not her. Yeah.
They did her dirty, man. She was like 3 minutes of screen time.
Less, because they only showed her face for like 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
The rest was the stunt double.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yep.
And she's in all the posters too, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Even in the trailers, she was in the trailers too.
Yeah.
They advertised her to be in it.
And some they did cut her out though.
And I actually really kind of hope that they kept her in there. Because I feel like, I wonder how much different it would have been, like the movie itself.
Oh, I get what you mean.
Like if she still would have been part of the group.
Well, the way they made her seem is OP. I just didn't like how they did the character in Black Widow.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's another discussion. So, what do you rate it?
So I've seen this movie twice already.
I've only seen it once, so Alan's the one.
First viewing, I think I came out of it thinking 8.5 out of 10. So maybe like a 4 out of 5 stars. Rewatching it, I had a better appreciation for other parts that I didn't really catch. So I think I'm still... It might be like a 4.5 stars out of 5.
4.5?
I might give it like a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
It's for sure one of the better movies, MCU, post Endgame.
Okay. No, I agree with that.
Because they've taken a really deep dive, and I think this is a good start. Not start, but like a good sense of what they're aiming for. Because I'm nervous about Secret Wars and Doomsday.
Me too. There's no build-up whatsoever,
There's not really much build-up.
Like...
So I guess we'll have to see. I'm hoping Fantastic Four is good.
Yeah.
But Thunderbolts, great film. I think it's a good start to... I think this is the start of the Doomsday arc. Maybe.
Fantastic Four or...
No, Thunderbolts.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean...
What else has come out where they kind of...
I mean, they didn't even hint at Doctor Doom, though.
True.
I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
There's no build-up. Reed Richards and Doctor Doom is pivotal to the Secret Wars Doomsday storyline. And you got one movie to do that?
I think
that's going to be
Doctor Doom is going to have to show up in Fantastic Four. He has to.
He has to. Post-credits, he has to show up. Otherwise, I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be insanely awkward and weird of these characters... interacting in just the one movie, first time, like you can't do that.
I've seen theories where they say in that post-credit scene, if for those that haven't seen it, they're saying that the ship, you know how it kind of turns and you see the four for the Fantastic Four. Some people say that might not even be them. That might be Doctor Doom showing up. He probably stole the ship or something. But it's kind of far.
I feel like that's a reach.
That's a reach, yeah. But I was like, oh, maybe.
If anything,
I can see them doing it, but
based on the trailer of Fantastic Four, I think their planet is going to get eaten by Galactus because I don't know if you see that when the ship is coming in, there's the planet that's being blown up.
Yeah,
I feel like their planet goes away, and then they're going to
that's when they leave.
Travel the multiverse and go to the other planet.
Because because technically they're in the
just a theory, not a spoiler.
They're in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
So somehow they're going to have to jump.
And people keep saying that. They're showing so much appreciation for Fantastic Four in the trailer, in their world, because when they come here, it's going to be the exact opposite.
Yeah, they're
going to be hated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh, that's going to be insane.
You let your world die, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be... I'm going to feel so bad for them, because they went from being heroes and being looked up to just possibly being hated, you know?
Yeah.
And it's going to suck, man.
We'll have to see.
Ben's going to feel that, man.
Yep. All right. What's your rating for Thunderbolts?
I would say 8.3.
8.3?
But going on the 5-star scale, it's going to be a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
It is a huge upgrade from Captain America. And that, I think I gave it 3 out of 5. Just has more layers, more deeper meaning, better writing, better dialogue, make great use of each actor and their characters on their performance. Just finding the right chemistry between all of them. And, obviously the score is decent, so it just brings it down just a tad for me. But direction and everything else, I would say, is good for it.
Yeah.
So that would be like a 4.2, 4.3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Real Cinema Talk official rating is 4.3 out of 5. For this one, I don't think you'll be missing out if you don't watch it on IMAX. I watched it in Dolby, and I thought it was still good. No complaints here for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we watched it IMAX first. I watched it regular the second time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Was it different?
Not really.
Really?
I didn't really see too much of a difference.
Okay.
So it's all right. But yeah.
One more thing we could discuss is what we think of the MCU state right now.
The state? Well, we've been giving hints, where it's I think it's MCU. It's Marvel fatigue. It's superhero fatigue. They did too much in so little time.
With the shows and
with
the
the
movies,
shows
right?
and the movies. It's too much to keep up with.
Yeah.
And I think before it used to be like 4 movies a year, maybe even 3.
Uh-huh.
And I think that was the sweet spot where people weren't tired of it, but it was still interesting enough to go be excited about.
Yeah.
And I feel like the quality has also gone down. It's just I feel like they're just kind of throwing stuff out there, like ideas and stuff.
I think that's how they were, and I think Thunderbolts is the first step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like a beginning of a new approach that Disney is doing, because they're only releasing. Oh, actually, they did 3 this year, right? Captain America was this year.
I think they said 2 for the rest.
Yeah, so they did Thunderbolts. That was a great start. I would say Fantastic Four looks extremely promising. Mm-hmm. Like, I think they knew the weight that this movie would carry, because Fantastic Four, they've messed it up twice. And they're very important characters, I would say, in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
So you can't mess it up a third time, because otherwise you're just going to lose the audience. Especially with Miss Reed Richards and Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Miss Fantastic and, Johnny Storm and The Thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't mess them up. So I think they knew what they were going to do and just decided to fully invest in the quality of that movie, which is promising. So I'm excited for that movie, genuinely. Because from what I've seen in the trailer, it does look as good as they're trying to make it be.
I'm excited but nervous at the same time.
Nervous for what
nervous
it sets
for
up?
it to flop. Like, I hope it's not like the other Fantastic Four movies.
Wait, flop? You mean financially or like the movie?
Like, just the movie quality.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Where it's like cringe, or it's just like, no, you ruined that part, or you ruined the character, or something like that. You know? I really hope that they stay true to what the characters are. Okay. And not change things where, Yeah. So, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I am excited, though. Fantastic Four, Doomsday. I don't know how I feel about Robert Downey Jr. yet as Doctor Doom. I feel like that was kind of a reach for Marvel to do that. That's a very bold move. But, I mean, if he nailed it as Iron Man, he can nail it as Doctor Doom as well.
When I first heard the news, I was actually like flipping out. I was like, no way, like this and that. But now the more I sat with it, I'm thinking like you, like, okay, how are they going to do this? Mm-hmm. Like, I know he's good. I'm not dismissing his performances and stuff, but I just think you get Robert Downey Jr., you're not going to put a mask on him. Mm-hmm. You're going to pay him, and you have to show his face to sell the movie. And I hate when politics like that get involved, because it's always about Hollywood, about like how much money they can get back instead of serving the story. And I just feel like I'm nervous about that, specifically for, the one character that has a mask on the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to mess up the character, I would say, especially for the comic book fans,
Yeah.
That's what I'm nervous about.
I'm nervous about the whole design of the suit too, as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really want him to look like Iron Man, just green.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really hope he keeps, like, I just want the green coat, the hood, the classic face mask that everybody knows.
Yeah.
The classic, like, arms crossed, like, pissed off. Or he's in his chair, like, just chilling, Mm-hmm. Just menacing. He needs to be menacing.
He needs
to be a force, like, that you're scared. Kind of like Thanos, but they built him up.
Yeah, because you and I have talked about Doctor Doom coming into the MCU, and we've both said this is the one character, the one villain they cannot mess up. Like, you cannot. You've messed them up twice already, and it's not Disney that tried, but motion picture wise, they messed him up twice. Yeah. So you can't do it again. Yeah. You just can't. He has to be done right. He has to be given justice of what the character is, which is why I'm really hoping Robert Downey Jr. is not a Tony Stark variant that is Doctor Doom. I really don't want that to be the case,
and I feel like that might be it, bro.
I know, but if it is, it's gonna it's not Doctor Doom then. At that point, it's not him.
They gotta do like a God Emperor Doom or something.
I'm hoping it's like a gotcha and someone else is Doctor Doom.
They kill him off.
Yeah. I'm hoping that's the case.
I don't think they would have made such a big deal about it if he's just going to get killed off
if
like
it
that.
did, that would be the most insane stunt.
That would be...
That would throw everyone off. Everyone would be like, what the...
Yeah.
You know, tripping out. And then they got like Mitz Mickelson.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
Person,
or Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
That would be really good.
That would be insane. I would... My mind would be blown at the movies.
We'll have to see what he does. I hope he does well.
We'll have to find out next year. They're barely shooting and it's already going to be next year, dude.
You see, that's why I'm nervous. There's no build-up.
No build-up, and they're rushing this. I know they're rushing.
Yeah.
They're going to push the date back.
They're panicking.
I know they're going to push the date back.
Kind of like in the Deadpool movie where they're talking like, yeah, we're in the slump years right now.
Yeah.
And they're probably just trying to pump out as many movies that people want to see.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. Like, they brought back Hugh Jackman, you know? Yeah, and he had said he was done.
That's true. He said he was done unless the Avengers asked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's almost desperate. It almost seems desperate that even they brought him. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. That's the GOAT.
Yep.
But I feel like they needed to move on and grab... Well, hopefully soon, because I think they are trying to make a X-Men movie.
Yeah. And the director of Thunderbolts is in talks.
To direct?
Him and Ryan Coogler. Both of them are in talks with X-Men, dude.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I just hope... Honestly, I hope Ryan Coogler doesn't get it. Because he needs to make better original films. Like, he needs to be there making original films, not wasting his years in MCU. Like, I know he did Black Panther, but he's got better stories to tell, let's be honest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. Thunderbolts, 4.3 out of 5, and some potential MCU future thoughts for us.
Theories as well.
Theories, yeah. So we hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next episode, which will most likely be either Final Destination or Mission Impossible.
Most likely Final Destination. We'll do Final Destination, I think.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys in the next one, all right?
Later, guys.
Take care, guys.